Mark chapter 16 verses 10 to 14. She went and told those who had been with him as they mourned and wept. And when they heard that he was alive and had been seen by her, they did not believe. After that, he appeared in another form to two of them as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. Later, he appeared to the 11 as they sat at the table, and he rebuked their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they did not believe those who had seen him after he had risen. Death could not hold the body of Jesus. He was resurrected on Sunday morning, and the good news of his resurrection was delivered to the disciples. But they did not believe the news. When Jesus spoke about his death to his disciples, he almost always spoke about his resurrection as well. It is astounding that they did not believe and have faith that he would rise from the dead. What did they do instead? They mourned and wept behind the locked doors for fear of the Jewish leaders. What prevented them from believing in the Lord's resurrection? Based on the given scripture, I can think of three things: jealousy, sorrow, and fear. Jesus did not appear to John or Peter, but to a woman who used to be possessed by 7 demons. He also appeared to 2 disciples who are not part of the core group of followers. It didn't make sense to them. They felt that if Jesus had truly been resurrected, he would have appeared to them first. They were supposed to be the elite, the ones in the know. Their pride and jealousy hardened their hearts and caused them to disbelieve the good news. At the same time, they were overwhelmed by sorrow and fear, weeping and mourning because they had lost their master. Perhaps they also wept for their own miserable lives, remembering how they had abandoned Jesus. They could have felt that they too had been abandoned, and they were at the mercy of the Jewish leaders who had already killed their master. They probably felt extremely vulnerable, certain that it would take nothing for the leaders to pick them off as well. Fear took away all their faith in Jesus. Eventually, Jesus appeared to them and rebuked their unbelief. He also extended peace to them. Sorrow and fear were gone, replaced by heavenly peace. They were overjoyed. What reigns in my life? Is it fear or sorrow? Or is it peace in the presence of the resurrected Lord? Sometimes life brings unspeakable sorrow and dreadful fear into our lives. In the midst of the darkest night and storm, Jesus offers peace. Peace be with you, he says. When we accept his offer, it removes our sorrow and fear. The very same heart that trembled in terror will be filled with peace and joy in the presence of the resurrected Jesus. I pray that this peace and joy will be with you now and carry you to eternity. Amen.